and I'm just gonna start it, and I'll edit it too as well. And then I'm gonna send
Mhm.
you a link of this too, so you'll have a link if
Yeah.
you want to top it up, if you want to use it at all.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
all right, man, we about to start it up. I'll count it down, and I'm gonna go through the intro. So 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? Ben, aka the Daily B-Baller. Welcome. This is the first episode, man. First episode of our new series called Views from the Court, and I wanted to make it epic, so I was able to secure a special, legendary guest, Mr. Kyle Travis of ICANBBALL, CEO, head trainer. You know, it's pretty much everything, right? So, Kyle, man, I appreciate you coming in, bro. Hopefully you enjoyed that intro a little bit. You know, I didn't want to spice it up too much.
Oh man, a little bit over the top, but man, I love it, man. Much love, much love.
You lucky, man. I was
I
about to
love
have
it.
pyrotechnics. Yeah.
Oh man, oh man, no, much love, man. I love what you do, man. I love what you represent, man. So thanks so much, man, for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time. I know it's busy, man. Today, like you said, your day off, like you told me earlier, and it's your time to spend with family. So again, appreciate you coming on with me, man. And like I said, it's our first episode of Views from the Court. And the whole thing about this, Kyle, you've seen kind of the itinerary, the agenda that we got. But it's views from you, man. This is all about you, kind of, who you are, where you came from, your journey and everything, man. So definitely want to get that out there. And I think it's a great story. And it just needs to be told, in the short amount of time that we have, as best as you can. So again, appreciate you, bro. So first things first, man. First segment. Who is Kyle, man? Who are you, bro? Like, even outside the basketball court, first and foremost, like, if I were to ask somebody who Kyle is, what do you think they would say?
When I was a kid, I thought I knew who Kyle was. I thought I knew who Kyle was supposed to become, and I chased after it. I was on my way to making the best Kyle I can make, or be the best person I could be, and pretty much follow my dreams. And then it all changed in high school after 2 major injuries of mine. I still continued to play after that, but just life, it just hit a big curveball. I couldn't go where I wanted to go just because of the incidents, and I had to really look at the big picture. Now, is Kyle Travis a basketball player? Is Kyle Travis an athlete? Who is Kyle Travis? Who is he supposed to be? And so that really was big point. That was my junior year in high school. So as a 17-year-old kid, I had just recovered from ACL surgery, which is 9 months recovery. Third game of the season. I was a 4-year varsity starter in the WCAL, which is the toughest league in Northern California, possibly even California. And third game of the season, my sophomore year, went down with the ACL. 9 months later, I recovered and was back practicing with the team. It's October now. Before the season even started, we're just training, came down with a cardiac arrest. Now, that was the big one. ACL was one thing. Cardiac arrest, that really put colleges kind of just on hold. And actually, they even stepped away from recruiting me because they heard about the heart thing. And so from there, every local at that time junior college kept going to my game, but the D1s kind of backed away for a little bit.
Sure.
And I didn't want to go to junior college. I was kind of selfish. And then I thought I was actually enrolled at San Jose State just as a regular student. And my plan was to kind of gray shirt, practice with the team, then hopefully see if I can get a scholarship for the next 4 years. But that all changed right before, this was about a month before classes started. The last second, I decided to go to a Bible college because I wanted to find my purpose.
Wow.
And so I did that for 3 years, actually. And then from there, I picked up a full-time job. Now, in the meantime, I was getting recruited to play professionally in the Philippines. I was entertaining it. I hopped on a team. We were going to get sponsorship and go that summer and try out. Just hit different spots, and it just fell through. Didn't hear from the team or anything, and I was banking on that. And I had a full-time job at the time, working for a city, good benefits, and I kind of just took a step back, and I thought, you know what? I'm making more right now than a professional athlete over there in like the Philippines or
Yeah.
even, most countries. It's secure. It's year round, have benefits. Maybe this is best for me just to play it safe. And so I went that route. In the meantime, people were asking me to train their kids, and I wanted to. I still wanted to play professionally. I didn't know what I wanted to do with this
Right.
game, and then um, I after several years of putting just basketball training in the back burner, I decided to just stop making excuses and just build a basketball court. So build a basketball court in the backyard,
Is that the one
and
that you started posting in the COVID during the
um,
early time of COVID, or?
yeah. So I'm actually facing you right now. Let me see if I can flip this thing around. I'm gonna show you real quick this the basketball court. It's I'm actually just staring at it right now. So I don't know if you can see
Hell
this,
yeah, hell yeah.
but
Views from the
like
court
right
right here,
there.
man. That's legit. Yeah. Views
So
from the
there it
court.
is. So that's so I decided to build that, and I could have bought a brand new car with that thing, but or with the amount that I paid, but it's an investment. So we started there. So literally, as the day I said no more excuses,
Yeah.
I'm going into training. That weekend, tore down all the fruit trees in the backyard and went to work, and kind of that's where it started right there. Later that year, in the middle of the court building process, we took a trip to the Philippines. So it was September where we started building the court. December, we were in the Philippines for almost a month. And yeah, I mean, enjoyed it there. I loved it there. I
Oh
wasn't
man.
really training at the time, but right now, ironically, my biggest TikTok audience is actually in the Philippines. So I really want to go back and do some things over there. We were just there to vacation, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Probably
that's
waiting
it's
for
just
you,
a
man.
I don't know. We'll
But,
see. So I've always wanted to play in the Philippines, but now
yeah.
my vision has kind of changed. Now I just want to do some work there. I mean, it's the biggest thing over there. They're
Yeah.
real passionate about it, and um, yeah, we'll see where this game takes us. So, I mean, it's a kind of a bit of a long introduction, but what I thought Kyle was when I was younger, while I was still playing and active, I feel like is a different Kyle. But now I know where I want to go. Now I know kind of what my purpose is. Back then, I there's all these things that I wanted. Now I know what I need for myself, and
Yeah.
now I have a clearer vision of what my purpose is. And so I had to go through the fire in order to really find out what I was really supposed to do. And so, I mean, that's that, man. So
That's
it's
good.
it's crazy. It's crazy what one or two big events will do to you. So that's kind of what where we're at right now. Without those incidents happen, I would have probably wanted to just do other things. Wanted to say if I was a professional basketball player, I could
Mhm.
probably very well gotten distracted. Just knowing me, you get caught up with just different commercials you want to do, different advertisements. I mean, you kind of just start accepting money from anyone, and then just your lifestyle sort of changes. And
Yeah.
but like I said, that's what I wanted, and now I think the purpose is the bigger picture. And so now, just day to day, still trying to find that purpose, but it's the purpose is definitely more clear today. So
Yeah, that's huge,
that's it.
man. That's huge. That's huge. I mean, you went to a Bible college, and that was your main goal, is to kind of find that purpose you mentioned.
Mhm.
Do you feel like that's where it kind of started to culminate when you went to that specific school? Did they help you? Was there somebody there that maybe helped you, or?
Not really. So at the Bible college, you go there to study, become a pastor, missionary, or like an
Mhm.
assistant pastor. I didn't really go there to study to become one of those. I actually went in there to be open to becoming one of those, and just wanted to be able to serve people. And um, no one really told me to necessarily become like get into training or just help people through the game of basketball. I just came there actually just every day you're just asking God what's you're just asking God what His will is for your
Yeah.
life, and that's what I learned really over there. It's I feel like like learning, you study the Bible over there, but that's something you kind of really do on your own. but the biggest thing they teach you is just finding the will of God over there. And so I think that really helped me, and just asking and seeking out really my own purpose. And so it was funny, in the Bible college, we had to do an assignment. I forget exactly what the assignment was, but you were assigned, I guess, a ministry. And I came up with the idea to have, it was BBA, like I think it was like Basketball Baptist Academy. And what my vision was to take the game of basketball like to the Philippines, present it, teach it, maybe play some games and use it to, share the gospel, share the good news.
Yeah.
And I remember after I did that assignment, it literally just stuck with me. I think it was just a light bulb that clicked. And I actually strongly considered doing something with the game of basketball.
Yeah.
It was until years later until I finally decided to. I wasn't really on social media much. I just decided to train. I didn't really know who is who, who's where. I didn't know there were so many trainers in my area, but I wanted to train, but also use the game of basketball. So
Yeah.
I think so. 18 months ago, uh, just hopped on IG, and yeah, just decided to make our own post and just kind of tell the story or tell our journey. And then more and more people said, you gotta start telling your story. Like
Yeah.
you have an incredible story. You gotta start telling that story. And so I always felt like I wanted to use the game of basketball. They always say, I've always been told, don't ever let the game of basketball use you. Use the game of basketball, right?
Sure.
Figure out your purpose, reach people through it. And, life's bigger than just a orange ball, but that orange ball can teach you so many things,
Yeah.
so many life lessons. I want to be where I'm at today, obviously without the orange ball, but I want to be where I'm at without the lessons that orange ball has taught me. It's taught me patience. It's taught me adversity. It's taught me setbacks. And those are obviously tough things to go through, but you're going to have to go through those because later on in life, you're just going to be hit harder and harder with bigger and just really the setbacks aren't going to be easier. And
Yeah.
so just going through little injuries here and there as a high schooler, now you're faced for real life situations. Yeah, you never want to go through the heartbreak of like losing someone, but the further you go in life, it really never gets easier. And so I feel like at a young age, going through adversity, then it just helps me now in this journey. Now you're able to help and reach more people,
Right.
just because of kind of the things you went through. And so I'm real thankful. I hate to say this, for the adversity, and I mean, I'm sure we're all the same way, right? It's never gets easier. The adversities get harder and
Yeah.
harder. But if you could take care of the adversity, if you can get through it now, you're well equipped to go through something bigger in life. We're going through COVID right now, and if you can't survive and make it through COVID, you're not going to make it through the next one. And
Yeah.
so that's just kind of like just like the way I see it. So
Yeah, that's 100%, man. I love that, man. I love that. I think that's something that I'm pretty sure you tell kids too, because you deal with a lot of people of all ages. I know, and when you delve deep into it like that, it's life lessons that you can teach. So that's huge, man. And that's
mhm,
you know, that's why I said, man, it's hard to summarize a person in just a little bit of time. And at the same time, there's just so much
mhm,
depth to your story, from what I know. And I think it's awesome that you're
mhm,
sharing that with people and letting them know, like, hey, this is what I went through, and I got through it, and this is how I use it. It's not the situation that makes you. I think one of the key things that a lot of people say is like, it's not what happened to you that makes you. It's how you deal with it, and how you've dealt
mhm.
with it, and how
Yeah.
you. What's funny is you mentioned the basketball as an orange ball and how it kind of takes you places, and that's actually a really cool way to look at it. Say like how this orange ball has helped you.
Mhm.
So I like that, man. I might actually look at it that way in in a sense because
Yeah.
we both kind of see it that way. So that's awesome, man.
Mhm.
So kudos to you for
Fair.
that, and I'm grateful that we have somebody like you out there that's showing kids this way and able to articulate it too as well. Um, Shoot, man, where did you grow up? I know that
Mhm.
you're out there in the Bay right now. Did you grow up in the Bay Area or?
Um, yeah. A part of it
Am I
is
cutting out?
it's getting just a little choppy. I think you just
Okay. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah, hold on one sec. I think we're chopping up just a little bit. Let me
Okay.
all right, I think we're chopping up. I'm bringing it back. I think we should be good now. Okay, we should be good now.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, we're good
Here
now.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the part.
Okay, we
So,
good.
yeah.
So yeah. Oh, go ahead. Can you hear me?
Okay, I think we're coming back real
You got me?
soon. 3, 2, and we should be on. Um, okay, I think we should
Are
be
we on?
solid.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good now. We're good now. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The
All right, we're
question I
good.
asked is, I know you're out there in the Bay right now.
Mhm.
Did you grow up in the Bay Area?
I did. I grew up in Fremont. I've always went to like a small little Christian school, then and just played CYO, NJB, and then jumped on the AU scene. So we're on the Bay, in the East Bay. I wish I was more acquainted with the Bay Area as a whole, maybe like more familiar with Vallejo, San Francisco, Daly City, even Milpitas. But I grew up in a really conservative home, and my parents kept a watchful eye over us, and so they had a really high standard for us. Now, I always wanted to venture off, but they kept us busy in what we had. I mean, we were so involved, whether it was church, obviously school. They wanted us to do well in school naturally, but at the same time, I played violin. Played obviously, like basketball, and I've always kind of had like little hobbies going on. Didn't really play video games much, but I've always been, I guess, pretty busy. And then you just find yourself traveling for basketball. And so, but I wish I knew the Bay Area um, better, I guess, growing up. And so now people know that I'm from the Bay Area, but quite frankly, I wish I could have, I guess, captured the area just a little more.
Sure.
And but it's crazy as soon when we started January 2019, when kind of first just made the Instagram and just wanted to start, just doing my thing. That's when I had to relearn the Bay Area. I had to know who's who, who's where, because for the last couple of years, I stepped away from the game, and I would watch NBA here and there. I'd play pickup about twice a week,
Yeah.
but in a way, I was just chilling. I was actually looking for a side gig, and so now it's been crazy the past year and a half. Just really trying to really just build relationships, and it's crazy because this last year and a half, uh, I've met way more people than I have probably in the last 10 years. And so it's just insane. But growing up in the Bay Area, I love it. It's it's I love traveling and going to like different clinics and different states. But then, not to be judgmental, but I mean, I look at the talent in like other states and think, man, we have it pretty good in the Bay Area.
We
Now,
do.
SoCal is hard to compete with as far as talent level, like of
Yeah.
kids, but I'm really happy with what the Bay Area has and has been able to produce. And whenever I go out of town, I can't wait to be back home because I think, man, we have it pretty good. And so it's I don't
Yeah.
know where I would if I had my own choice, I would want to stay in the Bay Area. Now, as far as housing prices and all that, obviously a lot of people are leaving the Bay Area. But the at the same time, it's we're very fortunate. We're really very fortunate where we're in. Yeah, this is like the tech like capital of the world where we're in. Like I'm in the Silicon Valley, so more in like the South Bay.
Yeah.
But it's just so much with so much culture, right? I mean, you would know way more about it than I would, but there's so much culture, and being an Asian basketball player, you're playing with blacks, you're playing with whites,
Yeah.
you know, um, you're when you sometimes you find yourself as the minority, you know,
Right.
uh,
Yeah.
out there on the court, but then you don't really see yourself as a minority. It's just
Right.
everyone's everyone's literally the same. I know today, like, race is a huge thing nowadays. It was never a thing, really. Like, I think people are trying to blow it up and twist it.
Yeah.
It's really not like that. It's really not like that. You know, we're out there, we're brown. We don't belong on a basketball court. We're short, we're not flying above the rim. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And we don't feel like we're any different. We feel like we're belong.
Right.
We're not making
Yeah.
excuses. Oh, they never pick us up because we're this, we're that. It's just who puts the most amount of work, you
Yeah.
know? And being in the Bay Area, you live in that diverse culture, and
Yep.
you learn to accept many people. And so I think from a humanity standpoint, um, I love it in that sense. It's really just we're all like, there's so many cultures, but really everyone just comes together just really well around here. And so
Yeah.
I love it in that sense.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. That's
Hmm.
funny that you mentioned that because when it comes to the basketball court, something that me and my co-host on the other show talk about all the time is the fact that like it's our sanctuary. Like when we get to the basketball
Hmm.
court, even if we're just at the gym getting anybody that get there, we are completely just enamored with basketball. Like we're just
Hmm.
ready to play. It doesn't matter who's on
Yeah.
our team. That's just where we go. So I
Hmm.
completely agree with you. I mean, even when we go to
Absolutely.
some pickup games, it's the same thing. So
Hmm.
yeah, you're right, man. We are completely, we're definitely blessed to be in the Bay where it's so diverse. So I
Hmm.
completely agree with that, man. And yeah, man. Hey, you know what? Based on what you're telling me, man, you're so busy. But at the same time, you get to meet so many of these kids. I'm sure you have to travel a lot throughout the Bay Area. What wider area do you train? Like, do you travel outside of the Bay? Do you go outside of California? I mean,
So, well, I was at the beginning of the summer. The plan was to be in different cities. I had about 5 gyms set up around the Bay Area that I was going to go hit, but just obviously, just due to COVID,
yeah,
I still had access to those gyms, but then not as many people wanted to train, or actually, every kid still wanted to train, but it was the parents. The parents were the ones not letting them
right,
go out. So I had to really stick with just 2 or 3 gyms, and then it really started just to wind down, just because I want to serve, but at the same time I have to look out for myself as well.
yeah, of course,
um, and so now what I found was people are willing to travel. So I mean, guys will come from Vallejo, San Francisco, Dublin, Tracy, Santa Cruz, just really all over, just to come and train. And so I always wanted to go to people or go to a specific area. But if you treat people right, you serve them right, they will come to you. And
yeah,
so ever since we kind of renovated our gym, it was an investment we made, and I didn't want that to go to waste. And so, and I just lived down the street. So I felt like it was best just for me just to stay in one spot.
yeah,
Now, I was supposed to host some different camps. Um, I was just in the last camp I did was in San Antonio. So they flew me out for that, and then linked up with Tyler Relf in Dallas. And then he invited me to go back to Dallas whenever his gym finishes, and then I'll probably go for a week. Um, from time to time, or when I was out there, we'd kind of just do like joint sessions. He would have me start off and show something, then we'd build off of it, and then we'd just kind of go just back and forth. So when
yeah.
his gym gets done, I'll be back out in Dallas. But was
There you
supposed
go.
to do a clinic, I think in Seattle, and then it kind of fell through. Just 2020 is just it's I want to say it's a bad year, but it's the year. We just really have to push through. And so,
Yeah,
it's the rubber meets the road. And like I said, if you can't make it this year, you're not going to make it any other year. And
yeah,
so, we're supposed to go to Hong Kong. I think it was supposed to be at the end of this month, but that's just going to be pushed back. And so, yeah, but right now, so just gonna stay busy just right where I'm at. And so rather than I want to go here and there, but the best thing to do is just kind of once in a while you just have to stay put, and just slow things down.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
yeah, that's one thing I really had to learn because just being a younger man, you just want to go, 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 go,
Yeah,
conquer conquer everything around you. But you also have to just slow down. And so that's why Sundays I just try to I have church in the mornings and evenings, and sometimes I'll squeeze in some stuff in the afternoons. But there's people like, dude, you got to rest, just sleep
you
in,
got to stop.
just rest because yeah, it's nonstop. But I mean, I love it. I love it. It's but yeah, once in a while you just gotta slow down. And so this year I kind of found what kind of works for me personally. Yes, I want to get out there, help all these other people. But at the same time, you do have to look for yourself. It is your time, it is your energy. And so that's what one thing people have to learn, whether it's like you're in my position, like there's a lot of so many trainers. And man, they'll bend over backwards to get new clients and work out with this person and that person. But
Yeah,
at the same time, if you just serve people and treat people correctly, they will come to you. And so one thing is just when it comes to just slowing down, taking time, it's been really just good for me. Just to calm things down, especially now that I want to travel here and there, but just staying home, staying local, it's just kind of for me, it's just been a relief, man. And
yeah.
so, yep.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, you know what? One thing is like when you do something you love, it's almost like you're not working. So I'm sure for you,
Mhm.
you're constantly working, but you're not really feeling like you're working because you're serving people like you said. You're doing something you love to do, which is basketball.
Mhm.
But yeah, this year's a tough year, man, and I'm sure you have all these opportunities to go do stuff, but we're forced to hunker down, which is
Mhm.
it's good. You're being responsible about it too, so
Mhm.
that's important.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good, man.
Yeah. One thing though is like
Yeah, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say like, the thing is, everyone had big plans this year. You talk to anyone,
Yeah.
oh, we're supposed to do this, we're supposed to do that. Like everyone was supposed to do it big this year, and
Yeah.
so that's what. Yeah, I'm not complaining, because we're all going through it, and so yeah,
Yeah.
that's that.
100%. 100%, man. 100%. Um, no, that's cool, man. That's cool. And it's good to see that you have the opportunities too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and once all this is over, I'm sure you're gonna be all over the place, bro. I mean, I see your stuff and it's crazy. And the stuff that you do too is unique. It's different. You don't see a lot of trainers doing some of the drills that you do. So I think that's crazy. And it's definitely needed. And the game evolves. Like, I'm sure you
Mhm.
understand, that.
Mhm.
Because a lot of the stuff you're doing is a lot of the newer stuff, and it's
Mhm.
it's fun to watch.
Mhm.
It's hard to duplicate. Even
Mhm.
just watching on IG, I'm just like, damn, man, this guy's quick.
Oh.
Like with that new Sham God, all that stuff that you be doing. I'm like, man, okay, I can't.
Uh.
We'll slow it
Oh
down a
man.
little bit.
Oh man. I'll be honest though, man. It's you'll have like the comments where it's like, oh, you just be fundamental, or you just one crossover move and go. That is very true. Like in a team setting, it's just one move and go. You really don't have when you're in a system, a very strict system, you can't really do too much. But the thing is, most people, are scared of coaches. They're scared if they're shooters, sometimes they're scared to shoot because they're so sucked into a system.
Yeah,
But what we try to tell people is, what we do, do a lot of skill work. We're training you to become a basketball player,
yeah,
not a system player. And so, at a young age, it's very important you pick up all these skills, right? You don't become a system player until you sign something, until you sign a 4-year scholarship, till you sign an overseas contract, a pro
right.
contract. That's when you become a role player or like a system player. So in the meantime, you got to pick up as much skills as you can, and everyone can do a basic crossover. They want you to, be more fundamental, just do a basic crossover. A 5-year-old knows how to do that. A kid,
Yeah,
I'm training there's a TikTok star who he's he's got a big following now, over 1 million followers. I'll work with him once in a while, and he's 5 6 months into playing basketball, and yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, he probably needs to work on his like basic crossover, But,
Yeah.
people say, oh, you just need one basic crossover and go.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. That's probably all you need. But like I said, just like anybody can do a basic crossover and go. So like you're not teaching anything. You're just wasting people's time, teaching them something they already
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the goal is
Yeah.
to inspire people, just to make them better. If I do a
Yeah.
crossover, someone will be like, oh, I can do that. But you
Yeah.
do something that's hard, tricky, a little more advanced, someone's going to say, man, I get this a lot. Man, you make me want to go into the gym and work on my game like right now. That's the goal, to
Right.
just really inspire people. And so that's why I guess I don't do like a whole lot of easy stuff. It's because to you want people to look at what you do, and they want to inspire you. I mean, you just want to be. Sorry, I gotta scoot this over a little bit.
No, you're
My
good, man.
connection. My fault.
It's good,
So
man.
this.
Hey, it's live. But like I said, we're
I
gonna
was
edit
borrowing
this
my
up
sister's
a little
cord.
bit.
I don't know if you saw my sister in the back. She was sneaking in, but I had
I
to
saw
borrow
that.
her.
I didn't want to say that. I just
Yeah.
let it happen.
Yeah. But
I know Sunday family day, like you said, man. So I'm.
yeah, I was stealing her equipment. I couldn't find my charger, so I had to use hers. So
Oh,
yeah,
it's good, man. It's good.
yeah.
As long as we keep it moving, I'm
Yes,
good
sir.
with it, dude.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I see her sneaking by though.
Yeah.
You might see my eyes like go like this sideways.
Dude, my family is awesome,
But
man. If I can say, man, I'm blessed to have a very like supportive family. We're all real close.
yeah,
My siblings and I we're close in age. I'm the oldest of four. The youngest one is 5 years younger than me. My brother Keith, he's my business partner. Actually, he calls a lot of the shots, or sometimes I'll bring something up. I have a business idea, and he's really the one who I like he confirms, like signs everything off really. So I go
yeah.
through him for a lot of stuff. And so, but yeah, no, speaking of family, man, I've pretty much been blessed. I'm pretty close knit, man. And I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to do what I get to do like really without them, because just me by myself, I want to do this and this and that. And I have my siblings, and they'll be like,
Yeah.
dude, you gotta wait, you shouldn't do that. Like they'll keep me in line. And so no, man, just real blessed, man.
Biggest critics,
So
right?
biggest critics, oh yeah, oh for sure.
Biggest critics. That's a
They
good
don't
thing
they
for
don't
sure.
hide anything. It's black and white when it comes to them. So you know,
You got to have that around you for sure, man. You got to have that
oh yeah.
around you. We kind of talked about your struggle, man, the things that you went through, which is crazy. And it's a great story. If you guys haven't checked into what Kyle's gone through and the story itself, it's not something that we can cover in a whole a post like this. So I definitely decide. I hope that you guys decide to go check that out, because it's a great story. It's a very inspiring, man. And that's that we talked about the struggle, so I won't go too much into that. Um, what does ICANBBALL represent to you, man? Like, you have a crazy following on Instagram now. I think a little over 55,000 followers on Instagram. You have a great amount of content on there that people can tune into. What does the program mean to you?
So I can is the first two words of Philippians 4:13. You see it on Steph Curry's shoes. Like,
Yeah.
I can do all things through Christ. I took those first two words, made it into one, I can. Now, when I went through my injuries, even before the ACL, before the cardiac arrest, I always dealt with like just little ankle injuries here and there, set you back for a week. And then I
Right.
actually had one right before my sophomore season. I actually was at a Pangos camp and had a chance to compete against like the top players in the nation. Made the front headlines because I was player of the game for one of
Yeah.
the Pangos All-Star games. And so you had like the top players in the nation, and then write up about them. And like I was like right there in the first paragraph, player of the game, this and that. And I was having a good summer, went down with an ankle injury. They thought I broke it. It was just a really, really bad sprain. So my ankle was in a cast. I knew I'd be able to get back out there, but I missed a couple camps. Some camps I was invited to, I was able to go in for, they were going to send me to the camp for free. just because I did well in other camps, and so I kind of missed
Yeah.
that the rest of the summer because of that. And then third game of the season, just a couple months later, I went down with that ACL and just um, I just was never sure if I was gonna, just be able to do the same thing. You doubt yourself. Yeah, there might be people saying, "Oh, he's this and that," but people talk about the haters a lot. But a lot of times
Yeah.
you question your own self. Like, can I still do this? Can I still play at a high level?
Your biggest,
And
yeah, it's your biggest thing.
yeah, and so and now after the big one, after the cardiac arrest. So when you get a cardiac arrest, there's a 5% chance that you'll survive because you're pretty much flatline.
Right.
Um, my dad actually rushed over and performed some CPR. He happened to be at the practice that day, just because we commuted like an hour one way to get to for me to get to school. And so he just happened to be
Yeah.
around. He tried CPR. One of the assistant coaches, he's like a parole officer. He did the chest compressions, and nothing was going through. Nothing was happening. They actually had to get an AED. They ran and got the trainers. The trainers were actually out the door, ready to go home. They packed their bags. Two of my teammates had caught my trainers right before they left. They hauled over to the gym on the golf cart, took out the AED, and they were actually able to revive me through the AED. And good thing we have a fire department literally down the hill from my school. They were able to be up there in 3 seconds. And
Maybe froze up a little bit. I think we got a little disconnected. Let me see if I can get him back on. Oh,
they put a manual.
there we go. There we go. We got him back.
Okay. Okay. Sweet, man. Sweet. Yeah.
We got him back.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. But yeah. So
So we left you with
yeah.
the ambulance coming
Yeah.
up.
So yeah. So obviously
3
I was in the
seconds.
So I was in the ambulance for I was in the hospital for a full week. They're just doing just a bunch of tests, just seeing what really happened, and they couldn't
Yeah.
trace it to what the underlying cause, and so they actually put a defibrillator in my chest. I actually had a defibrillator in my chest for 10 years. They still have the wire in there because if they pull the wire out, it's gonna make a hole in the heart. So for 10 years, I had a defibrillator in. October of 2018 is when I finally got it removed. So 10 years later, we were able to have it removed. And when I was there in the hospital, I think right after or right before they were going to put it in, they said that I probably wouldn't be able to play contact sports.
Yeah.
Hence, like I wouldn't be able to. I told them I played really competitive basketball, and they just told me I wouldn't be able to do it. And so that was the first biggest like you can't like moment that I've had. And
Right.
I remember I finally got home, and man, I just I just bawled my eyes out, and then just knowing that wouldn't be able to play basketball again,
Yeah.
and then we we uh we found a different doctor, just trying to get different recommendations and things like that. I still had to recover, and then we just kind of pushed, just find different people, and finally, like towards the end of the year, I finally got clearance to go ahead and go. Yeah, so I don't know how that was possible. For finally got clearance, and but yeah,
That's
it was
crazy.
crazy. It's crazy being told that you wouldn't be able to basically play basketball again, and so I knew somehow I want to incorporate like my story into like what I do. So those two words, "I can," is very powerful to me. Not only because I was told I couldn't play basketball again, but a lot of times I, growing up and from time to time, like I would doubt myself, but I feel like everyone has their own self doubt. It's not just the haters saying you can't. It's you sometimes you wonder like you could really do it. You put the time, you put the work in.
Yeah.
But just the I can is something that it's just really helped me personally. You know, I can become this or do that. but it comes with, hard work. And as long as you put the steps to your wishes, you could really make it happen. And people ask me all the time, like, how do you do this? How do you get good at ball handling? Like every day before I took up one jumper, 15 to 20 minutes of ball handling, like every day. Right after you lace up, don't shoot the basketball. 15 to 20 minutes of hard ball handling. And so you can become a good ball handler. You can become a good shooter, right? You
Yeah.
can make that team. Like, you really can. And then you just got to put some feet into your desires. And so that's really what the message is behind I Can. So
That's cool, man. I like that a lot, man. I like that a lot, man. That's tight. Yeah, you see a lot of kids that go into court. They don't even do none of that dribbling stuff, man. They just right to the 3-point line. Right to the 3-point line.
yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see that
Yeah.
all the time when I go to the gym. It's the first thing,
Yeah.
man. None of the dribbling stuff. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie, I do it sometimes too. You see, if you see my videos, I'm a shooter. But hey, dribbling's fun
Yeah.
though, heck, man.
Yeah.
Getting open for the three, all that kind of getting
Yeah.
open for the shots, dribbling in. So
Yeah.
completely,
Yeah.
completely agree with that, man. That's cool, man. That's
Mhm.
a big message for sure. A big message.
Mhm.
I can be ball, man. And I think that's that the fact that you're putting it out there and the way that you explained it, that's huge too. I'm sure a lot of kids out there can definitely like relate to that feeling, self-doubt. We're our own biggest enemies most of the time. We get that doubt in our head and we run with it, man, and it just keeps running.
Mhm.
I like that, man. I appreciate that message.
Mhm.
And so I mentioned a lot, and to hear struggles too, bro. Like that was one of the main things I wanted to hear about too, and I wanted people to hear is that story, the whole thing, with the ACL injury, and then with the fact that you were going to the highest level, and then this crazy thing just happened, that most people don't survive from. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's the bottom line, and to see how you've turned it around, that's
Mhm.
just huge. Um, Now, as far as and that's cool how you related to ICANBBALL. As far as like the social media side of things too, as well, man. How have you utilized that to really get your message across to your viewers? Because like I said, you have grown so much in the past
Mhm.
year and a half, two
Mhm.
years in your social media following.
Mhm.
How has social media helped you get your message?
Yeah. So when I got on Instagram platform, obviously it's not super huge. Just started it just like 18 months ago. Like, Instagram has been harder to grow on. Now TikTok is like the new wave. It's much easier to grow on, like TikTok. TikTok
You
in
got a
like,
TikTok?
yeah, in 3 months it passed up. Just like, I started to, I wasn't even taking TikTok seriously, and just passed up
Yeah,
my Instagram. And I started only a couple months ago, and it
yeah.
passed up Instagram. Now it's almost double the
Quick.
size of like Instagram. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so now I might start taking like TikTok more seriously now. But it's crazy. Just that's where everyone's starting to go to, is TikTok. So Instagram has been harder
Yeah.
to grow on. But I mean, my
Right.
goal in the first year was to get 5,000 followers before like I even started. So it's like, so people say, man, you've grown so much in like the past year. Like, every time they click on my account, it's like, oh, you have more and more. It's When I first started, I actually had a goal to get like 5,000. Got like 16,000 in the first year. But now, so followers isn't like what I'm after. The reason why I wanted to have 5K, that was the goal, is because I actually wanted to build a platform. Things didn't happen just because, like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, look, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, strategically, I wanted to have a platform. It's because I knew, like, I had a story, and then I knew that it would help people. And so I had to figure out just different ways, figure out what people like. And then, because I want to help serve and inspire people, so I wanted to have some kind of an audience. Now, it's not a super crazy platform when you compare it to like other people, but at least it's something. And there's people who support,
Yeah.
and like, love what I do, and I'm very, very appreciative. And it's those people that you want to help. You see people who want to better themselves, and people that show love and truly grateful. Those are the people that you want to serve. And so, with having like a platform now, it's been a blessing. But the point from the beginning was just to always, just tell my story, and just to help the next
Yeah.
person, really. And so that's how it's helped. When it comes to the business side of things, you know, they always say, oh, word of mouth, you know, will get your business going. Word of mouth is kind of slow, I'm not gonna lie, but social media has been a good, it's been a good tool for business. You're able to interact and connect. I know for me, I literally read all my messages. It's just
Yeah.
some people, even just people who have a regular account, personal account, they don't go through all their messages, but I actually take time and go through all my DMs just to, you know, just want to help just really as many people as you want. You know, it's easy to take all the credit and like run with it, but I pride myself in answering every DM and question and all that. Like I said, it's not a huge platform, but it does take time out of my day
Yeah.
to have to answer every single question.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure.
yeah, I could do so much more in one day if I didn't have to, you know, reply to people. But I feel like that's like my purpose. It should really be a personal person. And it's funny when people like I've had people want to take pictures of me like in the locker room. I just pull up to City Sports. They're like, hey, like,
Yeah.
hey, can we let's do this? Can we step outside? Like do this outside the
Yeah, can we
locker
go?
room? And so it's fun. It's funny. It's cool, but it's really at the same point it's humbling because when you're starting to do something, yeah, you'll get like haters here and there,
Yeah.
but it really holds you accountable. And I try as much as I can, you know, I never wanted to obviously get to my head, but it holds you to a higher standard now. Now you have your clients' parents who follow you. You know,
Right.
you got to really watch what you do, watch what you say. Um, and so now maybe someone sees you, like I'm no celebrity or anything like that, but someone sees me like at the gym or something like that. And then I'm pretty sure someone's always watching, you
Yeah.
know? And so it just really holds you accountable, you know, in who you are as a person. Or are you the same person they see on social? And are you the same person like in real life, really? And so it's really humbling in that sense. So yeah, like you
Cool.
said, with great power comes like great responsibility. Um, I just see it with great responsibility comes great accountability. Um, I'm sorry. With great power comes great like accountability as well. Sorry, and
Yeah.
so that's kind of like what it's been like. But it's awesome, man. I see you're I see you're building your platform as well, man. And so like so that's pretty awesome, man. That's solid, man. So you're over here doing your thing, man.
I
And
appreciate
so
that, man.
keep it going,
Yeah.
man.
The
Keep it
fact that you
going.
even noticed, bro.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
because it's
when you replied back, I'm like, damn, that's what's up.
yeah. No, it's yeah, I try to I this I have become smart. There's a save feature on Instagram where you can save messages. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
someone's asking you the same question every time, you just answer it with the same thing. But you know, it's but
Oh man. You
now
just type a letter. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, there's that
No,
feature, man.
exactly.
So that's how you're able to get a little smart about things. Work
Yeah,
smarter,
the
not
quick
harder,
replies.
man.
Quick
It's
replies. Yeah, I know what you're talking
that's
about.
exactly what it is, man. That's exactly what it is. But no,
But
keep doing your thing, man. I love to see it. I've only saw you. I've only been following you now for I think ever since like Hayward opened up, and so
yeah.
but yeah, man, it's cool watching is watching someone like you're you're not a young guy, right? You don't have
Right, right. Yeah,
you probably don't have as much. I'm pretty sure you had more like bounce back in the day, probably quicker.
yeah.
But it's just watching someone just every day just going and doing really what they love. Now there's probably more time to do that now, but
Right.
I mean that's the advantage really of the situation. Like, hey, I have more time to do what I love to do. And rather than whining, griping, oh, I was supposed to make a big this year. Well, I mean, there's many people still thriving, succeeding, and but yeah, man, what you've been able to do, being a I hope this is not downplaying who you are, but just like as a like your name is Daily Baller, like
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
you're you're not 6'5", right? You're not even a 5'7" high
Right.
bouncer,
Yeah,
or like you're not even like professor like type of
yeah,
level handles, but
yeah.
you're just the guy people like can relate to, and you take
Right.
what you have and you make it work. You make it work, and so many people can relate to that, man. And so Yeah, man, power to you, man. Power to you. I'm sure every day you still want to like you want to see yourself obviously improve, right? You don't
Yeah,
want
of
to just show up and be the same person. Like, oh,
course. If I follow
I
guys like
had.
you.
Well, no, but man, it's still good. Even where you're at, you still want to thrive. And now you're starting different podcasts, and so not
Yeah,
just what you do on the court, but just off the court too. You want to just grow and expand in different areas, man. And so that's really encouraging to see, man. And
I
so
appreciate that, man.
keep it going.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean that's the whole goal. I think both of us are in the same area where we just want to do what we love to do,
Hmm.
and yeah, inspire the people. So
Hmm.
that's definitely the goal. And when I see somebody like yourself that has the amazing skills and those kinds of things, man, and you're sharing the message, I think that's awesome, man. And if we didn't if we had social media back in the days, I mean I'm not like super old, but like you said, I mean I'm not definitely not young anymore. I don't feel young, that's for sure. I don't feel as young as I make my videos probably look. So, uh, if that makes sense. But it's just a lot of fun, and I've grown with this passion. And you mentioned that we're not even supposed to be on the court. That's something that in the game. That's something that I want to. Even if I'm a 55, 60-year-old Filipino dude that's shooting threes all day. I still got love for the game. And those are the people that I definitely want to reach to as well. And
Hmm.
I know a lot of those guys are looking up to people like you for their kids and looking up to the people like you even for themselves. And to see that and to see what you're inspiring, I think that's huge. So yeah, man, that was a cool segment. We had the first two segments just really about you and talking about the things. But now I kind of want to put you in the hot seat, man.
Ooh.
Before we end this thing, bro.
Hey,
And I
hey.
know usually before I would put the questions of the hot seat in the
Hmm.
agenda, but I really want to make
Uh-huh.
it hot. So
Woo. Buckle
so
up. Buckle
if
up.
you're ready for this, man, we go we go
All
we
right.
go hit the hot seat questions real quick.
Let's get
Um,
it. Let's get it.
the easy one, man. It could be easy, it might not be easy, but so when we go through these hot seat picks, just want you to pick the quickest one, man, right off the top, okay?
Uh-huh.
As soon as you hear it. So, destination or journey, which one's more important?
Journey.
Journey. Okay, cool. All right. Now this is kind of a shout out. This is a shout out opportunity. Could be a
Hmm.
shout down too. So this is like a two-part question, okay? So out of let's say all the players you've trained, I don't know if you're good with names, but we'll go off the top. So most swag off the people you train.
Most swag.
Most swag.
Most swag. Um, in a, I almost want to say in a weird way, in a corny way. I just made a post about him. His name is Quinn Denker. He's going to be
Okay.
going to prep school. I just posted about this is my latest post. Well,
Yeah.
people won't see it by the time this airs, but it was Quinn Denker. He's going to Bellarmine. What I did was he'll talk smack. It's uh it's in a like a weird corny way, but it's kind of funny. He could be annoying at first.
Yeah.
Um and so I want to say swag, but he's real confident and he
Okay.
likes to talk. I mic'd him up during one of the live sessions we did, like a little 2-on-2 King of the Hill
Yeah.
stuff. So I decided to mic him up, and because he actually makes me laugh just hearing him talk. And so I actually mic'd him up, and then got some funny comments out of him. Got like 5 minutes of footage, and so right now I'm actually just in the middle of trimming it down.
Oh,
And
nice. Okay.
so yeah, so just a weird corny way, man. Just like the way he like talks to people. And so
Okay. I like
I would
that.
say yeah.
I
So
like that. I have a buddy. He's in some of my videos. His name's Gerardo. I call him the trash talker too. But he's the same
uh
way, man. He's like the stuff he says. It's not like he's like going at you. But he just says under
yeah.
like kind of under his breath. Like
Uh,
like he'll play a game. We'll be in a game, and his team will be up six or something like. Hey, I told you, man, 6-0. Like, oh man, and just whispering it too. So
mhm.
so I know exactly what you mean. That core like under their breath, trash talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Um, I like that. Man. I can't wait to hear that video. I can't wait to see that video.
Yeah.
Lee Swag.
Least swag.
They
It
need
would
some
have
help,
to be
basically.
it would have to be it would have to be obviously a ton of middle schoolers yet.
Yeah.
But at the same time it's once they know they're good, or then you don't want to tell them.
And they start getting,
But
yeah,
there's a lot of raw middle schoolers. As far as Lee swag, it man, it's just I really have to probably sit down and think. But when it comes, it had to be a lot of middle schoolers.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just
So we're just
yeah,
calling all the
man.
middle schoolers out.
Let's just say middle schoolers.
Middle
Middle
schoolers.
schoolers.
Okay.
Yes.
The ones
Yeah.
in the awkward stage still. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Okay, there's that middle ground. Okay. All right, cool. That was that one.
Yeah. Well, they don't even know
Third,
how to swag yet. So
yeah, so it's all good. Yeah,
yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
got it
Yeah.
yet. They don't got it yet. Once they get
Yeah.
that confidence, like you said, oh my gosh, some of these
Yeah.
kids, I know what you're talking about, man. They come
Yeah.
with a little too
Oh,
much swag.
yeah. Yeah. For sure. But no, it's I have a solid group. Like well, yeah, I know we have two other questions. I don't want to dive into that yet,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, man.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
all middle schoolers. But
All
I
middle
love them
school.
all,
We're gonna
man. I
call
love
them
them
all
all,
out.
man. Yeah.
I like that, man. All right, so if you had to pick a teammate, we go with the playoffs right now, right? Okay, we're
hmm
going to the playoff roster. If you had to pick a teammate, LeBron or Kawhi, and I know you got skill as a guard. You know, you're going on the court. You made it, but you get to pick one of your teammates, LeBron or Kawhi. Who you picking?
I'm picking LeBron.
Okay.
Yeah, just because he's already dealt with so much. Yeah. And I
Experience.
mean, there's just a lot to learn from. Kawhi obviously is great on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
Um, but just LeBron's been through so much. All you gotta do is just ask, and just it'd just be cool to get mentored by him. I believe LeBron's IQ is also one of the sharpest as well.
Crazy. Yeah.
So yeah,
Would you say he's one of
yeah.
the maybe has had the highest IQ out of a lot of players in history, historically?
You would have to put a lot of point guards above him. Uh, but I would definitely. It's funny because LeBron doesn't have a lot of skill, but
Sure.
I mean he's obviously really strong and really fast, powerful.
Yeah.
But he does know
Athletic.
how to think the game. He really does know the game, um, and I'm not necessarily. Well, I guess I admire LeBron and what he does. Now a lot of people hate him. If you're not from SoCal, right? You tend to hate on LeBron a lot, and but I actually
Right.
appreciate what he does just because for one, people expect so much out of him. They expect him to be perfect night in, night out, and if he's not perfect, media's gonna blast
Yeah.
him, and he carries like such
Oh, they're on.
a heavy load. And so where it's like LeBron has to win a championship this year or he's not a GOAT, you know? And so there's so much
Yeah.
pressure on him. And so um, I there's parts of me that pulls for him at times, just because he carries that big load. And yeah, he's huge, one of the most powerful athletes like in the
Yeah.
world. But at the same time, he's what he has done, he's kind of exceeded and went above people's expectations. And now it's everything, just like the load he has to carry. I feel like having him as a teammate, you just learn so much like from him, and just even just watching him and just like the way
Yeah.
he carried for himself. So I'd have to pick him.
Okay. All right. Real quick, how
Yeah.
many years you think he has left? I know he's playing at a high level at 35. Some of the stuff he's doing still.
hmm The thing though, he takes care of his body so well.
Wow. Okay.
And so like they say he spends $1 million a year on his body. I
Yeah.
bet you it's I'm just I feel like he's still waiting on his son. I feel like to enter the league, and so I think whenever that is, so 3, say 4, may have 5. I think he could play till I think he could play till like 41. So
Okay. Yeah.
so as
All
long
right.
as yeah, just he has to really work on a lot of skill work, like a lot of post work. So just maybe stay down low a little more. Mid as long as
Yeah.
he develops his mid post game, mid range game, he should be all right. Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah,
Cool. I like that, man.
yeah.
All right. We're going LeBron. We're going LeBron. Team LeBron.
Mhm.
All right. So this last one is so my boy Tito, who does the coach's corner, he has this game that he likes to play called Start, Bench, Cut. All right.
Mhm.
So you have 3 options. You're gonna start one, you're gonna bench one, and then you gotta get rid of one.
Yeah.
All right. So you gotta get rid of them. Okay.
Yep.
And we're gonna go Filipino style here. Okay. So we're gonna go with lumpia, pancit, or lechon. Start bench cut.
I'm gonna go in that order. Start lumpia, and then bench pancit, and then no. We're gonna sit lechon, and then we're gonna cut pancit.
Okay, all right. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as you, man. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, yeah, I can do without one. I can go, but I can't do without the
Yeah.
lechon for sure. Lechon's got to be mine. All right, I like it,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, again, I appreciate you coming on board with us, man. How can people reach out to you? I'm sure a lot of people already know about ICANBBALL, but for the Instagram side of things, if they want to train with you and those kinds of things, is Instagram the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, so I read all my messages. ICANBBALL on IG. Obviously, the email is kyle@icanbball.com. Yeah, those are the best places to reach me at.
Awesome, man.
So,
And do you have any
man.
shout outs for anybody, bro? Anybody you want to shout out? Any brands that you want to give some shine to?
I usually do my shout outs like usually if I don't know when this is gonna air, but
Yeah.
I got like different ones going on. I can't really like pick one necessarily. I don't want to shout out a brand because I'm wearing Hoop Culture right now, and so like they sent me like a little gift card to pick out whatever I want.
Okay.
So there's really a lot of guys. I can't just pick one, man. I can't just pick one, and so
All right.
yeah. So, but
No problem.
yeah,
Hey,
no,
you
if
can shout out
anything,
the Hoop Lifestyle podcast if you like.
hey, that's exactly where I was going, man. What are we launching here?
So this is the Hoop Lifestyle podcast. So the segment we're doing, the series we're doing is views from the court.
The hoop lifestyle, right?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, man. So the Hoop Lifestyle podcast brought to my man is that's I would say wait, so you said this is the first. You said
This is
this
the
is gonna be
first
one of the
episode
first.
of a new series. Yeah. Views from the court.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, I told you,
There
man.
it
It's gonna be
is.
legendary, bro. We got you on here.
Wow. Hoop Lifestyle Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is it, man. It's happening right here, right now. Man, let's get it.
Yeah. There we go. I
Brought
like
to you
that.
by the man himself, man. So that's what's
I
up,
appreciate
man.
you, Kyle, man. I really do appreciate you, bro. Hey, thanks for coming on, man. I know taking some time out of your day, especially family day on Sunday. This is gonna air on Monday at 7 p.m. For everybody to view. Again, I'll send you a copy of this, bro. And I just appreciate you taking the time, man. I know you got a busy schedule, got a lot of people you want to train, but all the message you put out there, man, the whole mission that you have behind what you're doing, I think it's crazy. It's legit. It's the real thing. It's genuine, and I appreciate you for it, 100%, man. And hopefully we can have you on here again at some time, or maybe I come out and train with you, man. That would be a lot of fun. So
Dude,
at least we can get a view of
man.
that.
Hey, come on through, man. Come on through. I'd love to have you come out.
Hey, take it easy on me, though, man.
Yes,
Like you said, I'm an old man.
You're good, man. You're good, man. You still got it, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're smarter now than you are back in the day, man. And so that's where it'll get you, man.
Yeah,
So,
I'm a little more in tune with my body. I'll tell you that much. That's for sure.
Man. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff.
I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. That was pretty much gonna end it here. Again, this episode's viewing are gonna be uploaded on Monday at 7 p.m. This is the first episode of Views from the Court from the Hoop Lifestyle Podcast. It's DailyBballer. I had Kyle with me here from ICANBBALL. Talk to you guys soon, man. If you guys have any questions for Kyle, feel free to hit him up. He gave you his contact information, but if anything, you can go to Instagram, ICANBBALL. And yeah, man. If you guys have anybody you guys want me to interview next, let me know. But we got the legend. We started it right. I appreciate you again, Kyle. And
my man,
keep doing what you're doing, bro.
I appreciate you. My man, DailyBballer. Keep doing your thing, man. Much love, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Deuces.
Hey. That was it, man.
Hey, that was